Hello there everyone and welcome back to Legil. So, we're trying to usurp Napoleon in sort of, I was hoping to do it in a sort of coup d'etat, so I wouldn't have to do what I'm now am going to have to do, which is I'm gonna have to rebel against it, and it's gonna be 10 times as hard as sort of some form of coup d'etat would have been. So yeah, we stand in for so many different kinds of problems and problems that I didn't even think about. But what I've done is I've taken all the best troops I have, I should say. So we have the rifles as my light infantry. My best cuirassiers, and then old guard. I also actually got a new guy, this guy. And he's also gonna act as the diplomat for my kingdom. Actually, we'll head over here. MacDonald, I want to know where Napoleon is. Because, he's running away. He's running away. Napoleon's having a feast in Rome. That's not actually good at all. You know what? I need to know where Napoleon is because... Oh, damn it. I'm gonna have to leave. There he is. I'm gonna have to leave. This is how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna leave the French Empire. Then I'm gonna attack the French Empire. And I'm going to sort of attack it from within and try to take it out. Now, there's a number of problems that's gonna come from that. But hopefully it will go well. I've already set up since I got Milano and I got Venice last time around. I've emptied the what's it called? The garrisons in there, and so I will be able to really quickly take these over. Problem is setting up troops so they hold against the siege, and then I need to get lords in, and I've already sort of tried with a few lords. And I'm pretty sure there's only 2 of them right now, which I know will come join me, which gonna be troublesome. And also, there's another thing. I tested this because I want to make sure that I was doing it right. Let's see. I will be discharged from your service. Yes, I must. Yes, my lord. It was an honor to serve you. Not really. Well, as you can see now, what happens when I leave the French Empire is the company size. Before I could hold 264 men. Now, after I left, I can only hold 139. That's, in comparison, that's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now you would think, oh, well, you could level up, get charisma and leadership. You only get like, what, 5 extra people for each leadership or for each charisma point. And at this point I'm level 35. So that's not very likely that I'll be able to upgrade that anytime soon without cheating. Anyways, we just got fucked over, but we're still going strong. The problem is here, every lord in France is going down to northern Italy. They have a perfect setup to attack me and my new kingdom that I'm planning to start. And the thing is, the longer I stay with this army, as it is now, the longer I stay with this army, the more, morale loss there will be, and suddenly the army will start to collapse, and then there will be nothing. What we need to do is become a bit unfriendly with France, and we're gonna do that through attacking some peasants. Let's walk in here. Come here, little peasants. We actually, ooh, this is one of the guys that will actually come and join us. The problem is, he will only join me once I have a place, and there's no like quick way for me to find him sort of on the map, because I will be enemy with everyone that I'm able to. Boom, that's how we do it. And now we will go claim Milano. Besiege the town. There's no one in there. We rescue the 3 northern Italian state guys we had captured before. So at least I gain a lot of honor here. But then, as Richard Sharp now says, "Sir, we've taken Milano. Who do you wish it to give it to?" Well, there's no other than me, so I'll take it. And Milano is mine. Boom, here we go. You now possess land in your name without being tied to any kingdom. This makes you a monarch in your own right, with your court temporarily located in Milano, Italia. However, the other kings of Europe will first consider you a threat, for if any upstart lord can grab a throne, then their legitimacy is called into question. You can find it desirable at this time to pledge yourself. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna... anyways, there's a lot of stuff here. Nothing really important. At any rate, your first step should be to appoint a chief minister from among your companions to handle affairs of the state. Different companions have different capabilities. You should appoint a new minister from time to time. I don't know what makes a good minister. I was thinking first my wife, but that would be kind of weird. So, and I was thinking about the others. And so who I'm gonna promote is Bonduc. Because he was... I set him as officer of the artillery. But he's one of the ones that I can... oh yeah, what will you name your kingdom? The true something what? No. What we're gonna call it is the Empire of France. Boom. And there we just have our own kingdom. Manage the garrison. We need to put... actually, we put all the infantry in there. And I carry the cavalry with me. Let's go actually to City Hall and see if Bonduc has set up his thing as First Minister of the Empire of France. I'm at your service. There's probably anything we can strengthen it now, but I want to dispatch a emissary, and I want to dispatch him to the Austrians. And I don't want to declare war upon him. I want to express my goodwill as a monarch to another. And I want to say alien, because I've already given him points in persuasion, which is going to be needed. Partly because that, I did foresee that I'm going to have problem with my character. So what I've done is... oh, I hadn't actually done it for this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to import the character. Boom. And what I did was... actually, I should have shown you. But what I've done is... now I got 8 skill points here. What I'd done is I'd removed some points that I put in earlier, and it was in pathfinding. We have a guy for pathfinding. And some in surgery here. I think it was 3 in first aid, 3 in surgery, and then there were 2 points in pathfinding, and then there was 1 point in something else somewhere. But I thought that I would need them, although the problem is what I really need is leadership, because that's the main problem, that I only can have 139 troops. That's nothing. Napoleon is 509. How the hell am I gonna go up against something like that? So I think I'm actually gonna just have to cheat to try to get that level to, you know, a level in which I can actually hold. I think 200 would be good. If I could hold 200, that would be good. And that sort of level I would go for. Anyways, we got these 8 points that I've restructured. We're gonna put them in, actually, persuasion. One of the other things I thought about, I should have probably taken away the prison management, because I don't use them, those, I don't really, what's it called? I don't really use that because I find it so annoying just to run around trying to find one of those guys to sell them to. I find that extremely annoying, just running around, dragging around the prisoners. So I'm not sure if I should, like... The thing right now is I have quite a nice setup because I've already worked on that town, so I can recruit quite a lot of men from one time to another from there. The problem now is getting more lords in. I know 2 of them. The problem will be finding them, because I can't really ask any of the French lords anymore, because they will fight me rather than speak to me. Significant group spotted near Nice. The thing is, I really need to find that MacDonald, and then there's another guy called nice. The Empire of the French way of saying the Empire of France has not responded to the Dutch provocation, and Emperor has suffered loss and face among his bellicose subjects. Very good. Playing right in our hands there. Let's recruit some line cavalry. So we got that nice village there. I don't want to go too far in case they actually were going down to Rome, were they? For the party, so we're gonna go and check there. I really need lords before I take that, because at this point I won't be able to hold. That. That is not one of the lords that I can, and that's not either. And who's that? No, I don't want to fight him either. Or I don't want to go in close with him. That's all the wrong lords. I think they're chasing me now, aren't they? Glorious music. It's good that I've managed to create my own kingdom. Now it's just about holding on to it. And that's probably gonna prove a lot harder than many people would think. The people I'm looking for is that I know like 100% these people will be able to go over. We can actually go and check that for these guys. So the ones that I know is this one, Jacques the MacDonald. He will definitely join me. I know that because I talked with him before, and he said Napoleon was a bit of a shit. And then there is, let's see, the one I really want, because he has a bigger army than this guy, MacDonald. I don't think he had this guy, with smashing pipe and all. This guy is the one I want. Last time you saw him, he was up oh yeah, 10 days ago. So he would have been in Germany, but most of the French lords are down here now. Let's see. And Napoleon is here. They're all marching around. But not any of those lords I want. There's loads of lords, but not any of those that I would want. How many things did those Dutch do to the... Ah, well, my good sir, at last I find you. I've returned from my mission to... is anxious to reclaim old lands such as... Oh. So, he did not... The Kaiser is anxious to actually go into combat with us. That's bad. That's bad news. I wonder if all those French lords, yes, they're going into siege. This is what I was worried about. Grouchy is hiding up there. I'm gonna basically have to defeat, let's see here. There's 1,000 men, something like that. What could I have done differently? What could I have done differently? Where could I have strucken? Not in Germany either. That would be if I took Edinburgh instead. But I would only drag out the inevitable, I think. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do here. One thing I need to do though is I think I need to cheat to get my level up so I can hold more people, because this is a bit, this can't be, I'm definitely not going anywhere like this. Trying to defeat 1,000 men though. I have the rifles. And the rifles should be able to give the that many rifles that I have should be able to give the Frenchies quite a run for their money. But we're talking about in an excess of 1,000. So Napoleon brings 500, then these three bring sort of, well, these two bring another 500, so that's 1,200. So we're talking 1,500. So the enemy has what, 1,250 troops more than me. And there's no way I'm gonna win this initial. The thing is, this point, like, should I load the save and just be a vassal of France and just stick around with that? It's sort of boring. But the only way I could try to win this, but it's almost sort of pointless. If I just could sort of break them in the start and we could have an sort of easier way of ease ourselves into this fight against the French, where I could sort of turn the empire around. But then I probably have to cheat, so that would be the question here, if you want me to actually start my own kingdom. Because even if, let's say, then, that I did it in a different way, I took Edinburgh instead, or I attacked the Dutch. If I attacked like the Dutch, I would have to fight the Dutch kingdom at the same time, and that would be just as hard, because their main leader's got like 400 in his army. And since they weren't... The thing was, as playing up to this, I was storing up, I was building up troops, moving around stuff, and it was certainly for more than a month. No one really was declaring war on each other, or at least France wasn't. So there was this period of trying to wait until France is at war with someone else doesn't seem like an option either. Attacking some other faction, we've got the same problem there. Well, I could actually have attacked this one and started off from there, and that would have been sort of slower, or a better advance, I guess, maybe. But I still had to then defeat their army. And the thing is, I've already done this, and so I knew most of the troubles, like the fact that I was going to lose a lot of stuff right here. And what happens is, as soon as I start my own faction, is that a lot of others, that's why I sent the message to the Austrians, because they're going to declare war on me. And actually, I sort of like the idea maybe of attacking this, taking that instead, and trying that way. But I think the French would still declare war on me quite quickly and crush me. But that would be one of the things that I could think about, because then I would crush them, I would create my own kingdom, and they would just disappear, and I wouldn't be at war with anyone. And then I would have time, possibly, to actually go to the French lords and ask a lot of them to join me. Once they had joined me, I could quickly move up and take these two. But we would still have the problem of having so many more French lords. We still would have sieges like this with 1500 troops coming up. And even if I gave these places away, they would quickly be taken over. Maybe the lords would defect back. So at this point, I don't really see any choice but to sort of cheat to where I can get it at a level playing field, and from there we could sort of head on where I would actually. But I don't really like the idea of cheating to that point. It's only because a lot of people want me to create my own kingdom, but I think also that I need to create my own kingdom because there was such a long period of peace right now, where I think there's been like, France is too big for anyone to sort of want to declare war on them, and Napoleon is too much of a weirdo to declare war on anyone else. Whereas, because so far France has never declared war on anyone else. It's always been they have declared war on us, and then we have gone in, or I have gone in and taken cities from them. It's never really been Napoleon to attack out, so we're basically left at no point where we could well, that would that would be playing that way with attacking and taking this would be more of an honest way, but I still would probably have to cheat, because there's no way I'm gonna sort of take on France with a party size of 139. I would need at least the same as I had before, 250. But I'm not sure what level. I'm talking so much in this episode. There's like so little, but I was hoping that I would be able to sort of usurp power and maybe have 1-2 battles against Napoleon or something. I think what I'll do, 2 options, but both of them would probably involve some form of cheating. Otherwise, I'd load the save, and then I'll try to attack this place, take that, and I'll start that way. But we'd probably end up in the same sort of situation, but it wouldn't be really the same sort of it would actually be the same sort of cheating, but it would be because I would have to cheat anyways, I think. But yeah, it's what people think. If people have any other ideas, my ideas now is basically either loading the save, taking that, but I still would have to cheat, like upgrade my character like enormously to the point where you could hold those people, hold the like 250, and then probably also maybe take down, like cheat take down a few of the French armies, so I could get sort of an level playing field. also, since it would be hard to find the French lords, I might have to cheat where I jump around, find the ones that I can bring over, the ones that at this point are disappointed in Napoleon, and I could get it going from there. And maybe sort of create sort of a part of, say, maybe Italy, maybe take entire part of Italy, and then sort of start from there, and then work it in as a sort of story kind of thing. Because the thing is, even though I don't want to cheat, part of why people watching is, I think, mostly sort of the story that builds up through playing here. And if I don't cheat, what will happen is I will basically struck down, and I would have to end the campaign at this point, because there would be no real point in continuing unless I like changed faction. But that would also, I don't think that like if I joined the English, but we would end up with the same sort of thing there, where I would not be able to create my own kingdom either. I don't know really. It's up to what people think. But that's what I'm looking at now. The sort of options. It's basically one which isn't such an obvious sort of cheating way, which is the one where I sort of load the save, I take that place. Probably would have to cheat anyways. Quite a lot. Or if I just continue from this point, which would save me a lot of time. And yeah. It's down to what people think, really. What they think, well, because I want to know sort of what people think I should do, and then I can make my decision. But I think we're gonna have to end it here, just so people have a time to respond. It's a very bad situation. I knew that this was gonna happen, because that's why every time someone asks, oh, you should create your kingdom. Well, it's not just like creating your own kingdom. It's actually rather hard to create your own kingdom. It's not something you do easily. And especially when I've already played this far. I think Napoleon's army, when you start off this campaign, maybe has a 150, 200 in his army. Now he has 500. And most of a lot of his lords has, as we could see, almost 300. But yeah, I shouldn't drag it out like this. So that's the choice, really. Or the ideas that I put forward, but you probably have something else as well. But yeah, hopefully you still enjoy this, even though we didn't really get those big battles that I was hoping for. But yeah, hopefully we'll get those in the future. In the future we'll definitely get those when I'm able to fight the French on a level playing field. But yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll see you for the next one. Bye!